What's going on, YouTube? Another update going on here. Got a few new additions going on this time. As normal, everything is growing pretty good and a little bit slow. Tomatoes are still taking off. They're starting to look pretty good. And strawberries, as you can see, are perking out of the box, looking awesome. Some of the new additions we've got right here. I've got some tomatoes, some homestead heirloom tomatoes. Let me see right there. There's buddy right there. Another one right there, and there, of course. And then right here, got a little tiny little pepper right there. Thank you, Frog, for the noise. Got a little tiny pepper right there. Banana pepper, banana pepper, banana pepper, banana pepper, and banana pepper right there. And we got yellow sweet peppers there, there, right here, and right there. And what's left of my arugula, sticking up, looking all straggly. I guess if I wanted to, I could get about 2 leaves, but it's been trying to go to seed, and I'm just kind of letting it do it. I might just let it drop its seeds right in. I've been pulling them right now, but I think I might go ahead and let them drop and see if I get any volunteers out of it. And as you can see, everything's really dirty. That's all the garbage that's in the bed whenever you move the rocks. It was nice and pretty white. Now we got it all looking pretty crappy until it rains. Nice, decent rain. All these tomatoes were pretty doggone big. They were bigger than this tomato right here and that tomato right there. But I buried that sucker like they say. I think they say to like bury it 2/3 of its depth. Or bury it. They say to... Thank you, Frog. They say to bury the tomatoes about 2/3 the way in the ground with a normal dirt garden. So I went ahead and took that advice on this one. Maybe we can get a better root structure going, because some of them, like I like to buy them in pairs, like one of my last videos said. And I like to use the water technique to separate them. That way I get more. And these ones actually had, I think, what did I have there? About 4 packs. And the banana peppers came with, I believe, 7. The yellow peppers came with 8, and the tomatoes came with 6. So I ended up getting all of those out, and then this little tiny little guy right there. I don't even know if that's gonna get popping up on camera a little bit. That little tiny little guy, that was a volunteer from the jalapenos last year. Found that in my dirt garden, dug them up, washed them down, and brought them over here, threw them in here. And on over here, I've got a couple more banana peppers. Figured I'd throw them right over here. This is where the jalapenos were last year. And I just felt like this garden needed a little bit more pepperage. Like I said, these strawberries are going great. There's another one. They're kind of on a small side. Oh, a couple of them are going bad there. But as you can see, look, there's a nice little decent one down in here. And there's one that's not even ripe yet. There's another couple right there. I mean, these guys are going great. My family's in town right now. They're eating the strawberries. I'm eating the strawberries, and I still have some to show you guys here, because literally I come out and eat as many as I can. Ooh, look at this sucker. This one's going with me. And man, those suckers are really juicy too. Obviously, it must be the aquaponics and all the water they're getting. But man, they're really sweet, really juicy. And well, all this is fun. Some more plants and all, but we also got some more animals. So we look in here, we got one right over there. I don't know if you can really see that guy, but that's my new pleco. He's right there. The camera's nice and fuzzy, awesome. And then I've got a couple more dozen goldfish here. There you go. A couple of them aren't really gold, but they're supposed to be goldfish. So I got 1 dozen right there. We got another dozen right here, and that one in this one, I think, oh, it's got a pinhole leak too. How about that? Had a pinhole leak in the one bag, and now the other bag has a leak too. That's great. But this one, look at that guy right there. Nice, big, huge sucker. So I've had these guys floating since I got home. Just planted everybody out. So these guys are ready to go in. So I'm gonna go ahead and release these guys and get them into their really green water. That stuff's really looking bad. Ever since I did the fertilizer, man, this stuff, the algae has just taken to it like crazy and just greened it up. I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys out and let them go ahead and enjoy their new environment. Alrighty, well, there's 25 more fish added to the mix. 24 approximately. There was 2 dozen, so I assume that's 24. Sometimes they give you 26 or more. Sometimes a couple extra, but sometimes it's dead on 24. And the pleco. So now the pleco's in there. Hopefully he's enjoying his new environment. There's all kind of algae to be eaten in there. I know I got a couple messages from some people last time I put up a video where I added a pleco, telling me, oh, the dangers of plecos, they'll, you know, end up taking out your goldfish because they'll start sucking on them and take off the nice protective slime that the goldfish have on there. But I don't think that's really going to happen. As you can see, this water's pretty doggone green, got algae all over the walls and everything. I think he's going to have his work cut out for him. So that's just the beginning of my fish that I'm going to be adding this year. Last year I added, what, 4 or 6 dozen, somewhere around there. And out of all those, I think, oh, how many was it? 8 or 12, I think. I can't remember. It was hard to count because they were all over the place. In springtime, that's how many survived over the winter. So it's down to, I don't know, probably about a dozen or a little bit less than a dozen. So now I'm up 2 more dozen. So that's just the first 2 dozen that I'm going to be adding. There's one right there. And I'm going to go ahead and add, I don't know, this year I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to try to get this water a lot more clear, and hopefully that'll dictate how many fish I'm going to get. But I'm pretty sure I might start adding a few more dozen. I was thinking about, I saw a few koi, and they weren't very expensive. They were pretty small. So I thought maybe I'd get a couple of them, throw them in the fish tank, let them get a little bit bigger, hopefully get this water getting, you know, get this water a little bit nicer than this so that the koi could live in there, and I'm sure it would be fine in this water right now, the amount of aeration we're getting and everything. But I just want to make sure if I'm going to put an investment into a koi and let that thing grow up pretty big. These goldfish are one thing when they're just a couple dollars a dozen, but you start actually paying money for fish, that's one other thing. Also saw some I guess they were channel cats, catfish at the store today. I was thinking about grabbing a couple of them, but again, I want to clear this water up a little bit. But I might grab a couple, throw them in a fish tank, just like I was talking about with the koi, and just sit back and wait for when the time's right, add them to the mix. But so that's quite a little bit of progress that I got done. This is pretty much all I did today. Went shopping. Plants were $1.77 a 4-pack at, shame to say, Wally World. And it was the cheapest I could find around here. And another cool thing was when I went to the pet store, which is where I got these goldfish, obviously. I did not get them at Walmart. I noticed that there were prices, because, you know, Walmart's known for their super low prices and everything. I found some prices at the pet store that were beating the crap out of Walmart. Like the air stones that I have in the beds here, like this guy right here. These little air stones, they were actually a little better quality air stone than this one. But the air stones at Walmart were like $2.99, $2.39, something like that. And the ones at the pet store were 99 cents a piece. So I grabbed a couple of those while I was at it. So you might want to check your local pet store. This is a locally owned pet store. It's not a chain or anything like that. It's the owners live around here, started it up. And that's kind of businesses that I like to go to and give money to, even when it's a little bit more money. But sometimes Walmart just beats the pants off of the local stores. And when I'm low on funds, that's pretty much where I'm going to have to put my money. For stupid things like these air pumps. These air pumps were, I think, $10 at the local pet store. They were like $15. I didn't want to go the extra $5 on that. But in other instances, like the air stands, I'll definitely be back to grab some more of those from the local place, just because I like to buy local instead of from the big chains. That's pretty much all the additions I have going on. The pipes over there still leaking a little bit, which I'm kind of taking that as a good sign, because that probably means that these plants are actually gaining some weight, and root mass is growing, plants are growing too. So they're adding some weight in the center, it's making a low point, which is making it leak a little bit. I'm not really concerned about that too much. The pump keeps getting a little bit clogged, and I have to clean it out. And that's pretty much my telltale sign. When that little drip that you can see right there, when that goes away, pretty much I know that it's time to go ahead and clean that pump out. Clean it out and it'll start dripping again. So I'm not really worried about fixing that right now, but that is something that I do want to take care of in the future. Also, haven't looked in here for quite a while. This is my biofilter. Nice and gross looking. All kind of garbage. Every time I fertilize, this is where I put it, straight into here to some fish fertilizer. I'm actually going to go do that right now. Grab some fish fertilizer, toss it in here, and give my new plants some boost there, and hopefully they'll start taking off and give me some fruit really quick. I don't see if they have any on here. Nope, none of these have them. But the one pepper they planted in the garden, that one actually already has a little tiny little bud of a pepper starting. These guys do not yet, but they've got all kind of time now, and the sun's only getting hotter. And these tomatoes, these homestead tomatoes, one of the cool things I saw about them was they are resistant to high heat, and they actually produce better in the high heat. So that's why I went with them. You're gonna have nice cool water, cooler water than the outside temperature. They'll be able to stand the hot temperature. But that's about all I got going on this week. Quite a little bit of progress. Got way more work to do, but got all kind of time to do it all summer. So hopefully I'll have something cool for you next time. And until then, catch you later, YouTube.